Hi, I'm going to give you facts about a serial killer. The United States alone has 76% of all serial killers worldwide. There are several definitions of serial killer, but they all seem to share many common traits that have been determined by profiling. The research I have done on this topic was sourced mainly from the Federal Bureau of Investigation website. There are serial killers operating around the world at all times, making it essential that we are able to recognize the traits they share. I am going to speak about the various definitions of killers, the profile of such killer, and the background of criminal profiling as it relates to this topic. Let's begin by defining what a serial killer is according to the various professions that utilize this term. There are several definitions of what a serial killer is. The Standard Dictionary simply defines the term as a person who attacks and kills victims one by one in a series of incidents. Medically, the definition is a person who murders three plus people over a period of time, at least 30 days within an active period between each murder, and whose motivation for killing is largely based on psychological gratification. Forensic psychiatrists define a serial killer as a person who commits serial murders with the killer having a certain prototype. Whites aged 30ish, 97% are male and 80% are psychopathic. The legal community describes a type of killer who kills a number of people over a long period of time, generally males, and are motivated by a variety of psychological urges, primarily power. Due to the fact that so many definitions exist, the United States Congress in 1998 formalized a definition through legislation in federal law that reads, the term serial killers mean a series of three or more killings, not less than one of which was committed within the United States, having common characteristics such as to suggest the reasonable possibility that the crimes were committed by the same actor or actors. According to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, there are certain characteristics and traits that serial killers share. Some of these stem from childhood. The International Association of Forensic Science identifies 14 of these characteristics that parents should look for as early warning signs. Over 90% are male. They tend to be intelligent but do poorly in school. They tend to come from unstable families with many abandoned by fathers and raised by demurring mothers. Their families often have criminal, psychiatric, and or have substance abuse problems with multiple suicide attempts. They hate their fathers and mothers. They are commonly abused as children. Many are fascinated by arson. Most are involved with side activity or tormenting small creatures. More than 60% are bedwetters, and from an early age, many are intensely interested in pornography. These violent criminals are living among us, and we don't even realize it until it's too late. There are certain traits and behaviors that are consistent with serial killers. They are typically psychopathic, which is a personality disorder manifested in people who use a mixture of charm, manipulation, intimidation, and occasionally violence to control others in order to satisfy their own selfish needs. The FBI profilers point out that psychopaths who commit a serial murder do not value human life and are extremely callous in their interactions with their victims. However, psychopath alone does not explain the motivations of a serial killer. There are traits that have been identified as common in serial killers. They are usually a white male from a lower to middle class background in their 20s or 30s, single or divorced. Many have a very high IQ, are often loners, and many have a job where they travel, which gives them access in different areas of the country. While serial killers tend to share many of the same traits, they also have a few differences, which put them into different categories. There are three types of serial killers: organized, who plan their acts beforehand, unorganized, who killed at random, and mixed, who are sometimes organized and other times not. No matter how many traits profilers identify, the truth remains that a predisposition to serial killing, much like other violent offenses, is biologically, social, and psychological in nature, and it is not limited to any specific characteristic or trait. The fact is that most serial killers are somebody's neighbor and could be yours.